How will today's children function in a dangerous world? What means will they use to carve the future? Will they be equipped to find the answers to tomorrow's problems?
I am Margaret Welchfall. I am here to recap the lessons learned over this semester. My final project for ED 410
we'll take
curriculum
a look into a traditional classroom, and then we will look at a well-equipped 21st century classroom.
In 1930, the Republican-controlled House of Representatives, in an effort to alleviate the effects of the... Anyone know the effect? No. Anyone?
Today's classroom is much different than the traditional classroom, largely in part to technology integration.
Technology integration means making the technology a part of the lesson so that it just flows with the lesson. It's just another method or tool that we use to present.
Using technology is not always the same as integrating technology.
On the screen is a look at what we want our kids to do with technology. Technology is not the lesson. Giving the student a device or simulation game and expecting the student to know what to do. Technology integration is not used to drive the curriculum. It may not be the latest technology. And it is not to replace the teacher but to enhance the teaching.
Effective technology integration is achieved when its use supports curricular goals. It must support 4 key components of learning: active engagement, participation in groups, frequent interaction and feedback, and connection to real-world experts. Becoming literate in the 21st century puts new demands on learners to be able to use technology to access, analyze, and organize information, and teachers.
There are numerous models out there for teachers to use. Essentially, all of the models are useful. They do have their limitations. We'll look at several of the framework models. Tpac and Samurai are the 2 popular main technology integration frameworks being used right now.
SAMR model, created by Dr. Ruben Puentedura, stands for substitution, augmentation, modification, redefinition. SAMR model is a framework used to evaluate the technology being employed, or that you'd like to employ, in your classroom. Basically, it offers a way for you to look at how technology integration might affect teaching and learning. Or technological pedagogical content knowledge is a model that helps teachers consider where their strengths and weaknesses lie in their knowledge of content, pedagogy, and technology, and how these areas work together for innovative teaching and learning. The purpose is ways of thinking about different types of knowledge that help to select ICTs to enhance learning. Tpac is a framework that combines 3 knowledge areas: technological knowledge, content knowledge, pedagogical knowledge. This framework looks at how these trio works together to increase students' motivation and make the content more accessible to students. TIP stands for Technology Integration Planning. Using this model gives teachers a general approach to addressing challenges involved in integrating technology in their teaching methods and provides a guide on procedures and issues to address. Each of the model's 5 phases outlines a set of planning and implementation steps that help ensure technology use will be efficient and successful in meeting needs. The purpose is to design appropriate integration of ICTs in lesson planning. The framework focuses on the delicate balance between instruction, assessment, and the effective use of digital tools and resources to promote higher-order thinking, engaged student learning, and authentic assessment practices in the classroom, all vital characteristics of 21st century teaching and learning. There are 6 levels. TIM stands for Technology Integration Matrix. TIM is designed to help teachers make informed decisions about their technology practices in their teaching. TIM is viewed like a roadmap, or better, a guide to teachers when deciding upon and using technology in their instruction. This matrix is divided into 5 independent characteristics of meaningful learning environments, namely, active, collaborative, constructive, authentic, and goal-directed. Each of these categories is aligned with 5 levels of technology integration in education, the total sum of which is 25 cells.
Tablets and other digital devices now an inevitable part of life at home and in school. A middle school principal in suburban Washington says technology has made learning fun and relevant.
It is a natural way to begin to get kids engaged in their learning. They have moved on from just reading textbooks and completing worksheets. It's really about the process of learning. And so technology allows students to be able to access information just in a matter of seconds.
Managing technology in the classroom is important as we, the teachers, attempt to ensure student engagement, address different learning styles of the learners, implement group activities, research, and enhance communication. There are many different ways to manage technology, whether there is one computer, multiple computers, or when handheld or mobile devices like iPads, tablets, laptops, readers, or bring your own device. The key to this process is developing effective strategies that work best, based on the technology source available.
A good lesson plan that outlines exactly what you expect the students to accomplish with their device is essential.
It is important to remember to start small, add technical components.
Consider resources and tools that students are familiar with and may have access to outside of the classroom. Take the time to learn and be knowledgeable about the technology and use it when you can. You don't have to know everything about the technology and collaborate with other teachers that have used technology. Make sure you use technology appropriate for the lesson. Plan for student orientation to the lesson and technology. When you plan, make sure there is enough time for the lesson, allow time for problems to occur.
I like when I can look at a score on a report and go, oh my gosh, that child needs me to pull them back to the table and work on this or that. And I have a lot of small group stuff going on for every subject. It's for writing, math, and reading. It used to be just reading groups. Now I'm having writing groups, I'm having math groups, because my technology is helping me see where there's holes and I can fill them in. So
if you can do this lesson without technology, that's great. But if you can do it better with technology, then that's why you use it. That's why you use it.
People always say that the kids respond better when they're able to share their work. Well, of course, because they have a valid audience. It doesn't go into a pile on the teacher's desk and they get handed back to their folder. Kids today can create stuff and share it with the entire world. I'm truly seeing a world where the person who's in the role of teacher is really a facilitator. And if you can facilitate your students to create great work and work alongside with them to do that, that's amazing.
Integration should be purposeful. We need to push past the typical response to digital activities in the classroom. Instead of focusing on student engagement, we need to evaluate whether students are truly using higher-order thinking skills, learning core aspects of a specific discipline, and using technology in the most powerful and transformative ways. The ultimate goal of technology integration is to completely redefine how we teach and learn, and to do things that we never could before the technology was in our hands.
Evidence on the effectiveness of teaching and benefits for learners when technology is integrated effectively into lessons that use technology engages a student at a higher degree than traditional teaching and leads to the development of 21st century skills. These skills include complex thinking, creative problem solving, and collaboration.
Researchers, I found James G. very interesting.
It doesn't matter what the problems are. All a video game is a set of problems that you must solve in order to win.
More now with No Child Left Behind is it's full of manuals without the games. In theory, we could level the playing field for the first time in American education if we brought the games to the manuals. And I don't mean a video game. If we brought the activities, the problem solving, the living in the worlds of chemistry and algebra, with making kids want to do things with them. That is to see them as tools to surmise.
We're on setting the standard. We had to evaluate cases which were retrieved from the Kite Case Library. We had to summarize cases based on their relationship to the ALST content standards, ISNETs and P21 outcomes. We had to recommend improvement strategies for better teaching and learning with technology. As we learned this semester, effective technology integration involves much more than being techy, or having a great list of tech resources. We have discussed what technology integration is, how to do it, why, what research says, and management concerns and best practices. Our final step was instructional design, aka lesson planning. We used a backward design approach to construct a lesson unit based on preferred content area and developmental level.
And this is my assignment for ED 410. I hope this information has given you a glimpse of how critical it is for today's classrooms to be equipped to prepare our students, and how technology integration plays a role by bringing in the games to the manuals.